officially concerned. We understand that the NBA is special when the Lakers are winning. They are the reigning defending champions, by the way. But it's the other team in LA that's looking formidable. Kawhi Leonard is getting it together. Paul George has been balling all season. You got Reggie Jackson. You got Patrick Beverly. You got Rondo in the crew. Hell, DeMarcus Cousins is making noise. He was actually double teamed last night. There's reasons to be concerned about the Los Angeles Clippers. Lakers, Lord, we might not even be talking about you after the play-in game. First takes in the house. Let's go.
Three off, and it's picked up by George.
Anthony Davis went down after that jump shot. We're hoping he didn't tweak or turn an ankle.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he hit that signage.
The signage
with his heel. Oh my goodness. We have just gotten word Anthony Davis is in the locker room, but it is not the ankle that is keeping Davis in the locker room, Reggie. It is a back spasm.
The back locked up pretty bad, so feel a little better now. See how it is tomorrow.
Good day. Welcome into First Take on a Feel Good Friday. Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, I'm Molly Karen Rose. Gentlemen, you know where I am starting. The Lakers cannot catch a break. Anthony Davis missed 2 months with a calf and an Achilles injury. He led the Lakers to a big win over the Denver Nuggets on Monday. Now, without LeBron, but he suffered another setback Thursday. Early in the first against the Clippers, he went up for a three, fell back awkwardly, stayed in for a few minutes, then ultimately left the game with back spasms, but it appears he hurt his ankle when he fell. Now, we also heard LeBron James say earlier this week he's not 100% and doesn't know if he ever will be. He's out with a high ankle sprain, expected back next week. Stephen A., how far can LeBron and Anthony Davis take the Lakers?
I'm scared right now. I'm scared for the Los Angeles Lakers. I want to put the basketball world on official notice. I don't even know if the Lakers are getting past the play-in game.
What?
I don't even know if the Lakers are playing the play-in game.
Wow.
They don't look good. They don't look good. They don't look good at all. Anthony Davis, listen, we all know when healthy, the guy is all world, but everything that can happen seems to happen to him. It was his calf injury. Then it looked like it was his ankle last night, early in the first quarter, and then after that we hear that it's back spasms, for crying out loud. LeBron James comes back, he plays, he says he'll never be 100% again. I believe that's hyperbole. I don't believe him for 1 second, but he could be talking about, I'm not going to be 100% again this season. I'm looking at the fact that Rondo is no longer there. He's on the other sideline with the Clippers. Even though Dennis Schroeder, the bottom line is they're better offensively with him on the court, but porous defensively. When he's on the court, they're better without him defensively. Kyle Kuzma, it's like bipolar disorder, for crying out loud. He's scoring 1 minute, the next thing you know, he disappears for 3 quarters. I'm very concerned about the Los Angeles Lakers from that standpoint alone. But then when you look at the rest of the Western Conference, what is there to say? Utah, Phoenix, the LA Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, Portland, you can't sleep on them. Dallas, you can't sleep on them. With Luka averaging 29, 9, and 8. My God, there are reasons to be concerned about the Los Angeles Lakers. And right now, I am officially in panic mode that the Lakers might not even make it out of the damn play-in game.
Wow, the defending champs. Max, where are you on this?
It is panic time in LA, but I don't think it's because of the play-in game, Stephen A., because the odds that they would lose 3.5 games in the standings are slim. So if they do play in the play-in, it will be play-in games, plural. And I don't believe if they were to lose to the Trailblazers or the Warriors, whoever they'd have to play in that first game, that they would then also lose to either the Grizzlies or the Spurs, whoever they'd have to play in that second game. So I think they will be, I'm confident in saying, if LeBron and AD are playing, they will absolutely be in the playoffs. But here's the thing, guys, and this is why it's panic mode. This is why it's panic time. I don't see how they get out of the first round right now, and I'm a Lakers fan. How do they get out of the first round? Because if they do play a play-in or two in order to even get there, or even if they don't, let's say they hold on to the seed they are presently holding on to, they play the Clippers in the first round. Like if they play in the play-in, depending on where they wind up, 7 or 8, they're either playing the Jazz or the Suns in the first round. Those teams have chemistry. They're in lockstep. You're going to just throw everybody together and beat one of those teams? And don't let it be the Clippers. I think that's the worst matchup, Stephen A. Kawhi They've been load managing again, maybe not to the extent that they once did, but they're load managing again. He can't play full quarters. In fact, Ty Lue is complaining about how it's messing up rotations and stuff. But he'll be ready, and Paul George will be looking for redemption, and they got Rondo and everyone else you just mentioned. How are the Lakers, who don't have Schroeder until the end of the year, who are even playing without Taylor Horton Tucker? I mean, talk to Lakers, they'll tell you we didn't have a point guard or anything resembling a point guard. No LeBron, no Schroeder, no THT. AD goes down, obviously an ankle. No, back spasms. What? How are the Lakers going to get out of the first round? The first round, that's what I want to know.
Well, listen, that's a reason to be concerned. Let me tell you something. You shouldn't wish for that, though, because that should make us all sick to our stomach. The fact of the matter is that we are owed an encounter between the Lakers and the Clippers with a conference title on the line, and the person that owes us that most is Kawhi Leonard. He is the face of the franchise. He is the star. He is the two-time NBA champion, the two-time NBA Finals MVP. You know what? He came to L.A. with the crown dangling from his convertible, from the mirror on his convertible, driving down the highway in L.A.
He is from California. LeBron's from Cleveland.
I understand all of that, but he came there as a champion, basically saying it's a new sheriff in town. Mm-hmm. That was his attitude towards LeBron, who hadn't made the playoffs in his first year as a Los Angeles Laker. So LeBron shows up last year. They get through the first round, the second round. They are waiting for the Clippers in the conference finals, and the Clippers had a 3-1 lead and folded like a cheap tent. Bottom line is that Kawhi owes us this encounter. The problem is the Clippers are living up to their end of the bargain. The Lakers at this particular moment in time, albeit due to health reasons, that is not the case. And I think that's a damn shame. By the way, as an aside, can we stop this noise, these people questioning, asking the coach in the press conference, stuff like that? LeBron James wasn't sitting on the bench. He's in his 18th season. He's 36 years of age. He's a reigning defending champion. When healthy, the brother doesn't take days off. He doesn't miss games. And people are sweating the fact that he wasn't sitting on a bench in street clothes. Grow the hell up and make sure we start asking coaches some sensible questions. I don't give a damn where LeBron is. I don't care if he's on Rodeo. I don't care if he's at Venice Beach chilling. I don't care if he's at a massage parlor for crying out. I can care less where he's at.
Well,
as long as the brother is ready to play, as long as he's there when it's time to play, I'm good with it.
Max, right? I just want to make sure you both heard that.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I think those questions are pertinent. I think they were good questions, and I think the answers are interesting. Where's LeBron? Is it a medical reason? He said, no, he's just not here. That's 2 games. Now, we may look into that, and I might have even followed up. Coach, is that because the feeling is he needs to do everything in his power to get back physically? Why isn't he here, right? Like that sort of thing. But I do think it's relevant, and I'll tell you why. The Lakers, Stephen A., need obviously LeBron or AD, or there's no chance for a championship or even to get out of the West. But I want to get back to the Clippers. You just said the Clippers owe us that matchup, and you're right. And I think the Clippers know it too. And who's the key on the Clippers? You keep focusing on Kawhi. Sure, he's the number one guy. He's the main guy. He's the guy who challenged LeBron. But except for Game 7, I don't give him a pass for that against Denver. Fourth quarter, Game 7, you got to show up. He almost always does. Not that game.
Yes.
It's Paul George who needs to step up, and everyone knows it. The Clippers are loaded. In fact, when I look at the Western Conference, the team I think that could give the healthy Nets big 3 the best